Israel is heading towards a green energy revolution, and it turns out that the Bedouin community will have a big role to play. Marom Energy, a small company run by the Gandir Foundation of Judith Rekanati, is going to build Israel's first solar power plant on private Bedouin land. Construction is set to begin in southern Israel's Negev desert next year, and will see solar plants run on 150 acres of land.
We specifically decided to support those Bedouins and to make them direct stakeholders, actually almost direct partners, on their lands, in a way that we will set our PV projects on Bedouin lands. They are involved in the development, they are involved in the construction, they are involved in the operation. They are also landlords, so they're receiving yearly rent.
The Bedouins are tribal nomadic Muslim Arabs who live throughout the Middle East and North Africa. More than 250,000 reside in Israel, with many staying in villages across the Negev. Marom Energy says that the Bedouin are expected to be the primary beneficiaries of the historic solar power deal.
All of our pipeline here in Israel is on Bedouin lands. All the couple of dozens of megawatts that we have, they're all Bedouin.
Israel is hoping to generate 40% of its electricity from renewable sources by 2030 and double its solar power capacity by 2025. At the moment, Israel's largest solar power plant is the Ashalim power station in the Negev desert. More than 50,000 mirrors surround the Ashalim tower, and because the desert is so dusty, they have to be cleaned every few days. Ashalim is a rapidly expanding solar power station that relies on 3 different kinds of energy to function: solar thermal, photovoltaic, and natural gas.
Today, nearly 10% of Israel's energy consumption comes from renewable sources. Of this, between 3 and 4% comes from solar power projects in this area.
Dorit Gerlitz heads the Ramat Negev Desert Agro Research Center's tours on renewable energy. There are 3 plots connected to the Ashalim station. The newest and most advanced one is this one, with photovoltaic panels, which costs about 1/10 to run of what the older fields do.
The size of the photovoltaic field has just been doubled and will soon be operational. We have an infinite amount of sunlight here, and we don't need to rely on any other country in order to produce solar power, unlike with fossil fuels.
Clean, readily available, and easy to produce. It might sound like the sun is the answer to all of Israel's energy problems, but things are not so simple.
The biggest challenge with solar power these days is that it's not possible to store the electricity generated overnight. We don't yet have the technology needed to store electricity, and until we have this solution, then solar power won't be able to become a bigger part of the energy market.
From Ashalim in the Negev desert, Maya Margit reporting for the Media Line.